Hello, hello, Jamaal Rashad coming to you today from Frederick County, Maryland, Frederick County Bank. Today I'm with MK. Say hello.
Hello.
And MK is the owner of two businesses. One of them is called Heart of Frederick. The other one is Mary Kate McKenna Photography. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So why do we do what we do in the ValorLives interview series, episode 31? Number one, because there's successful people who deserve to have their stories told. Number two, because there's people out there who need to hear successful stories. And number three, to let you know you could go out there with a selfie stick and a camera phone and a tripod and impact your community. So just like always, no interviews over 10 minutes, no lights, no fancy speakers, no fancy editing, just raw and uncut. And we have people walking by us, so I get easily distracted. If she gets easily distracted, it's going to be a fun interview. So, MK, why do you do what you do?
So, I'm a firm believer that life is full of seasons. So, whether you like it or not, things keep moving on. So, at this season in my life, I feel like my why is to serve people. So, serve my clients, serve the Frederick community, and serve my family and friends. That's kind of where I'm at. Everything I do kind of leads right back to that.
Okay, so how long, number one, how long have you been a photographer? And number two, the Heart of Frederick. Tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. So I started my photography business as a sophomore in college. I went to American University right down the road, and it was a super expensive place, and I loved photography, and I started photographing the kids that I babysat and nannied for, and it went from there. So I became an LLC when I was a junior in college. I've been full-time for almost 9 years now, but I've been doing it for about 12. And Heart of Frederick is pretty new. It's an online wedding vendor guide for wedding vendors in Frederick County. So it's a great place for couples, engaged couples, to find really great, vetted, legit vendors for their wedding.
Okay, so like if they need cakes, if
Yep.
they need a DJ, because they all need a DJ, if
Yep.
they need makeup, if they need
Yep.
all that. So it's kind of like a Craigslist, but more professional for wedding people stuff,
Right.
kind of stuff.
There's a pretty hardcore application. Not everybody gets through. We really want to make sure that we have people who are legit businesses, LLCs, are paying their taxes, you know, don't have anything on their record that they're not going to show up to a wedding. So it's not a pay-to-play kind of thing. You really have to be an actual business.
Okay. And she said they have to pay their taxes, which I like. So,
Kills me.
what has been one of the proudest moments of your career as a photographer?
So I don't have like a specific moment in time, but I'll tell you this. So one of my couples just celebrated their 9th wedding anniversary, and they wrote me the nicest note about they still treasure their photos and they are just so glad that I'm a part of their lives. And whenever I get notes like that after a wedding, that's what makes me so proud, and I know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is one of the lowest moments? Maybe you broke one of your cameras or something on the day of a shoot?
I've totally done that. I've shattered cameras. You know, during a reception, you cry a little bit and then you get back to work, and that's why you have backup gear. But I'd say the lowest moment is when I moved to Frederick about 8 years ago, and I had just gone full-time. And so I thought I had to take every job that came my way, and so a lot of the jobs didn't fit what I did. Wasn't what I loved, and so I just did way too much, and I got really sick, and I was really tired, and I wasn't doing the work that I knew I could do, and I just knew something had to change. So luckily I was able to turn that around a little bit and get a little more selective about my work and stay in business.
Okay. So you mentioned the jobs you were taking weren't in your wheelhouse, so to speak.
Right.
So what type of jobs do you like to do?
So I do love weddings. Weddings are my bread and butter. I tend to do more high-end weddings just where my price point is now. I've just decided that I'd like to do less weddings so I can cover them better and really take care of the client. I love doing family sessions, especially sessions where I did their wedding. I've done their engagement, I've done their wedding, now I'm photographing their families. That's really special. I love doing headshots, and I call them, you know, the non-corporate, uncorporate headshots, you know, not on a background, but somewhere that, you know, shows off their personality and what they love to do.
Okay. So how do you balance work and family time?
So there's so many articles and blog posts and magazine articles, and it just drives me nuts because I think for every person it's going to be different in every family. But I kind of have 3 things that I do. My first thing is, you know, find your non-negotiables. For me, that's I do not work on Sundays. No matter what, period. I don't care. Not working on Sundays.
Okay.
Sundays are family day. That's when my husband and I have our date lunch. That's when we make our lunches and dinners for the entire week. That's when we get the house picked up and just gear up for a good week. That's really important. The other thing is that I'm crazy organized, like maybe OCD organized, because I do so many things. So like I have like, here's my planner. It's crazy. All my to-do lists for every single day. And that's just for today? This is just today.
Okay, nice.
And then I also have a thing called Power Sheets, where I keep track of like my monthly, weekly, and daily goals. That keeps me on track. And then the third thing that's probably the most important is there's one little word that can help you balance, and it's just saying no. There's so many great things that you can be a part of in Frederick and with your family and with your business, and sometimes you just have to say no.
I like that. I like that. So, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That's a really hard question for me at this season in my life, but I would say that in 5 years, I would hope that my husband and I have started a family. That's something that's really important to us, that we'd like to get moving. I'd like to really zero in on my photography business and just be doing the things that I really, really love. I'd like Heart of Frederick to be, known far and wide for having the best vendors. So especially for couples who are not getting married, who are not from Frederick County but are getting married here, which is a lot of couples.
Nice.
That they know that this is a resource where they can, if they want everything local, it's right here, and these are the greatest vendors you can find.
I like that. So, morning routine. How do you get your day started?
So we have a little bit of a crazy morning routine, which kind of goes with my crazy to-do list. I will credit my husband, who's former military, for this, but we get up at 10 till 5. We go to the gym for 45 minutes. Then we have the shakes that he made the night before. We have our breakfast, shower, and then my day starts. So by 6:30, I'm at my desk ready to rock and roll.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's always 4:50 when the alarm goes off?
10 till 5.
10 till 5. Yeah, 4:50.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Alrighty. So
and painful.
Also, do you have a habit, something that you do that's not necessarily your morning routine, but if you don't do it, your day doesn't feel successful, like pray, meditate, smoothie, something like that?
Yeah. So this is gonna sound kind of weird. I'm 32 years old and I still talk to my parents every single day. I don't feel like my day is complete unless I check in with them, even if it's just by email or text. Sometimes life gets crazy, but I talk to my parents every day. They live in Chicago, and it's just our way of keeping connected.
Love it. I love it. So, what book are you currently reading, or audio are you currently listening to?
Okay, so I just finished the book, and I wish I had it for you, but I already gave it to somebody else. It's by John Acuff, and it's called Do-Over, and it's about starting a new career, but more than that, it's just about building relationships with people that aren't necessarily in your field. So for whatever happens in your life, you're kind of, you know a lot of different kinds of people, and I like that kind of thing. Okay,
so give me some dream places that you would like to visit.
Well, I have been very lucky that I have traveled a lot. I have 2 continents left. I've got Australia and Antarctica.
Wow.
So, and as weird as it sounds, I really want to go to Antarctica.
Okay.
Like, really bad.
So, is that maybe within the next 5 years or a little bit further?
We'll see. I mean, I'd love to get that planned and going for sure.
So, of all the places that you've been, do you have a favorite?
That's hard. I've been to Burma several times, and I just love that place because it's frozen in time. I've been to Zambia, and that was just an incredible place. The people are just so amazing. And I've been to Egypt, which just the ancient history there, it just blows you away. We think, how cute is it, when something's 200 years old here, we're like, whoa, but it's a little different there. So.
Okay. And was that part of your husband's travel? Did you go with him? Because you say he's in the military, right?
Right. Actually, most of that was before we got married. He actually lived in Afghanistan for a year after he got out of the military and took a job there in Kabul, but I didn't get to travel with him.
How long was he in the military?
5 years.
And what's his name?
Joseph Battles.
Joseph, I appreciate your service. So, MK, how can people get a hold of you?
So you can get a hold of me a few different ways. Best is probably email.
Okay.
My email is mk@mkmckenna.com. My website is mkmckenna.com. And if you want to check out Heart of Frederick and see all the awesome vendors that we have on there, it's heartoffrederick.com.
Perfect. So, ValorLives interview series episode number 31. If you go to my website, ValorLives.com, put MK in the search engine, all of our information will come up. So go out there, show some valor.
Did I do it right?
Yes, perfect. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.